everyone, so today I'm really excited to be doing this video. There has been a lot of palette talk on this channel lately, so I wanted to do a video all about my favorite palettes and just sort of talk about different ones. And it's funny because while I had planned to do this video for a while now and I've had it sort of on my list, my last video you guys requested, or several of you guys requested, that I do the perfect palette tag, which I'd sort of heard about but I'd never seen one. I didn't really know like if it was just one that you talk about or what. So I googled it and the first result that popped up was Timtalia's page and I found all of the questions on hers. So there's 10 questions all about palettes and I'm sticking to eye palettes. I'm trying to stick with ones that are not limited edition, ones that are readily available that you can get your hands on, new and old. And I found that while there were 10 questions, I still wanted to talk about some different ones as well. So I'm gonna kind of combine the two videos, like the original one that I had planned where I was gonna talk about stuff, and also run through the 10 perfect palette questions as well. And I am obviously being as honest as possible because some of these answers may repeat themselves, but I'm just being honest. So question 1 is best packaging, and I would have to go with the Chocolate Bar palette. It is cute and precious, but not cheesy. It's a little fun. And then I really like the way that it opens and shuts very easily. I like how it has a little transparency thing for the color names, but that it can also be removed. It would be nice if they would have just printed the names somewhere around there, but it doesn't really bother me. But this would be the best packaging for that. And I also have to choose one more. Like I said, I'm not really following any rules. I have to include this one as well. The Lorac Pro palette is, to me, probably one of the best packaged palettes. It's very simple. It doesn't look cheesy or anything. It's very just, you know, very professional looking. The inside of it easily fits 16 colors. There's all the names. It's very simple, and I like how it just closes very easily, and it's just easy, and it's very slim and compact. So that would be a good palette based on like the simplicity. Next, the best color payoff I would have to say is the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty Volume 1 Matte Palette. It's a mouthful. The colors are just so pigmented and they're just so pretty, and they actually look like what is swatched. So there's not a single bad color in this thing. They all are beautiful. All of them that I like do have good payoff, that being said, but that one I would say just the formula and the payoff is just the prettiest, best payoff. Which sort of leads right into the most versatile. I would definitely have to say this one again because it has the matte shades, and then you can also make them all a little frosted, give them a little bit of shimmer with this transforming pearl shade. So I think it's just double the amount of colors in the one palette. And just the color range itself is super great because you've got natural colors, you've got some purples, some blues, some like beautiful like corally orangey colors. You just got a lot of different things in one, so I think this one is definitely the most versatile. Best for traveling. When I travel, I don't really look at this question as like which one would be, you know, the most colors in one thing for traveling. I look at it purely based on size and ease of use, you know, just something that I can not worry about, something that's easy and small. And it's always, I always bring this one when I travel. It's the Dior 5 Colors Rosy Tan palette, and it's very tiny. For 5 colors, I do believe that the packaging is pretty darn good. I've used the heck out of this one. I just feel like it's they could have even made it smaller, but that being said, I don't feel like it's like any wasted packaging. I feel like it's very sleek and very pretty. Something you can just throw in your purse even. So this is a very, very good one. And also, when I was in my drawer, in my big makeup chest, which I need to do another video soon on all that goodness, I found this quad, which I don't know. I was thinking like colors that are over 5 colors would be like, or a little compact over 5 colors would be considered a palette, but still I would consider this one a palette. It is the Bare Minerals The Truth, and you guys remember, maybe some of you if you've been with me for a while, you remember me talking about this years ago, and I saw this in there, and I've actually almost hit pan on this one. When I dip my brushes, they make like a little, when I do the darker colors, it's funny because this one wears flat and that one wears, it's just funny. But anyways, this one is very used, and when I first bought the other one that I talked about a long time ago, I liked it so much that I was talking about it to a friend and I ended up just giving her mine, and then I repurchased this one. So I've used these a ton. This is one of those that I don't really talk about a lot currently on here. I did a long time ago when I first got it, but it's one of those that I never really have to think about. Like, obviously I haven't thought about it in a long time because it got lost in the depths of my drawers over there. I'm gonna put it back in like my main drawer and use it a lot because this is one of those that I would just throw in my bag, or, you know, throw in my makeup bag when I was traveling, and know that I would be totally happy with it no matter what kind of looks I was creating, from natural ones to really dramatic ones. And that's what I'm wearing today. I just did sort of a pretty like natural, I like how they're just blended and soft. The colors look pretty. So I'm very excited to start using this again. My biggest regret would have to be the Lorac Unzipped palette. You've never seen me talk about this, probably, and that's because I never use it, and it's not because it's not good, it's just, honestly, I've got so many palettes lately, and I just haven't really bonded with this one. So, looking at it, the colors are gorgeous, and I know why I bought it in the first place, so I need to bust it out again. It's making me feel like I really do need to bust it out again, because they are really pretty. But if I could look at all of mine, I would definitely say, based purely on the fact that I don't use it very much, this would be my biggest regret. And it's hard because all of my, if I really don't like something, first of all, I'm not going to buy something that I was that unsure about, and if I really hated something, I would return it. So this, I would say, would be a regret just based on the fact that I haven't used it as much as I should. Who knows, maybe in a couple months from now, this will be on my favorites list. I don't know, I've got to just actually use it to know, right? And then this is a couple questions down, but least used, obviously, would be this one again. But I need to change that, I need to use it. The best color names would have to be this chocolate bar palette. And I'm not just picking things like from my new, I really looked at all of my older ones. I really don't even have that many like older ones. I try to keep things sort of cleaned out. But this palette just has like the yummiest color names, and they're just all like very themed around. It's like salted caramel, semi-sweet, triple fudge, amaretto, creme brulee, hazelnut, champagne truffle, milk chocolate. Just all kinds of good, yummy flavor names. Flavor names? Color names. My most used, that is tough because all of these, the It and the chocolate bar, I would say, are fairly new. So while I've been using them heavily lately, I really can't say it's the most used because I need to look at all of them. So I would say that it is a sort of tie. First, the Naked One. I've used this so much since I got it, and still to this day, if I had to choose between all three, I would probably choose this one. And then this Truth, I can't tell you how, I mean, obviously I've used this a ton, and the Rosy Tan. I feel bad that I'm just like naming a bunch of different things, but it's true. It's what I feel like those three are like the most heavily used. Desert Island, so if I could, I guess, have one on a desert island, it would definitely be, surprise, the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. Probably because, I mean, I could probably eat it as well. Now, like I said before, there was a couple more things that I wanted to run through. To a lot of people, palettes can be kind of limiting, and they're sort of scared to buy a palette that is maybe 40, 50 bucks if you think that you may not use all the colors. So my suggestion would be to create your own palette, and there's a couple different ways that you can do that. I would definitely recommend a MAC palette. I think everybody probably needs to have a MAC palette so that you can go to the store and like pick out some colors that you want. Each one holds 15. I always take the inserts out of mine so it holds a lot more. I don't know exactly how much. But you gotta remember, this one I have not done this with, which is so stupid. But the metal plate is not stuck, so usually the insert is what's holding it in. So what you need to do is take some tape or something and stick the insert down so that, you know, if you're ever using this, the colors don't fly out, because this will weigh the thing down and come out. So that's just a little tip. But I said in a recent video, well, a couple months ago, that I needed to sort of edit this palette, and I still need to do that. I'm sort of going back and forth between this one and another one. I just want to get like my best MAC shades all into one, no matter what color they are, because I've got so many MAC palettes arranged by color, and I really don't reach for them all that much. So I need to go through each one and get my best ones and put them all into a palette and make a video about that. so that because to me it's nice to have all those, but I don't like to reach for a million different ones, and I feel like I miss out on a lot of those too. So I'm gonna do a video on that soon. Again, you can do the same thing with blushes. I have, I think I have 3 blush palettes that I did the same thing with as well. Usually I think they hold 6, but if you take the insert out, you can get 2 more in. And again, stick down that little plate like I told you. It's just easy. 8 shades in a little thing like this. They're pretty slim, and you know, you can't beat that. And then sort of the latest thing, I guess it's maybe the latest thing, there may be even another latest thing. I'm very late to the Z palette party, but I recently purchased one at Sephora. I didn't really feel like I needed one until I started realizing that I don't use a lot of my NARS colors just because they're hard to see what's inside of them. So I really want to put all of my NARS colors in one of these. I have not touched this yet because it's intimidating me, and I'm a little nervous to depot NARS shadows, although a really sweet Twitter follower gave me a lot of good advice for depotting NARS shadows. So if any of you guys, which I think I'll be fine based on her recommendations, but if any of you guys have any tips on depotting NARS shadows, please let me know below. That will be greatly appreciated. More info is always good, so I love that Sephora is doing this now. I know you can get Z palettes in all different colors, but I think even if I got another one, I would still buy this one from Sephora because black stripes are my favorite. You'll see that when I do the whole little tour of this room, because I did add some curtains from our last house that are black striped that are really pretty in here. So off subject, but I'm excited about getting my little NARS palette going. So I hope that you guys enjoy this little peek into my my best palettes, which if you know me and you've watched my videos, you probably could have called most of these. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will be back next week, hopefully with a tour of this room, depending on if I get the mess cleaned up over here. It's always something. So I will be back with that. So I hope that you guys have a great one, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye.